Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Jim. Welcome to Second Order Effects. And we want to talk today about the Gaza war and who won the information war.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. I mean, don't you watch the news? Don't you hear the lies? I mean, come on, Gaza genocide?
Yeah, one of the most effective propaganda campaigns of modern history.
Because it's just not true.
And it was done in a way that I think sheer brute force made it an established fact. In the modern information age, if you say something enough times, all of the search engines and everything and the people who are just barely paying attention, they catch just that. And Gaza genocide had a ring.
And we've slipped into an information space where people don't read the story. It used to be people would read the first paragraph and not the entire article. Now people don't even get that far. They just read headline.
Yeah, or they walk by a TV and they see the chyron, or they're doom scrolling through their social media feed and they see
Gaza genocide.
It's hard to believe, but we actually watched this unfold in real time.
Well, and we were part of the fight against that because that's information warfare, and it was used effectively against Israel.
From the very moment the UN declared two states possible, the Palestinians rejected it, Israel accepted it, and it's been 75 plus years of both warfare and information warfare to delegitimize Israel.
When we dial back, which I always like to dial
You're
back.
the dial backer.
Let's go back to how this started. Let's go back to what happened where the Palestinians, why did they leave? Did they leave because, they just decided to vacation somewhere else en masse?
Right.
No, they bet on the wrong horse. They joined the wrong team. They thought the Arabs were going to come in, obliterate the Jews, and then they would go back because they didn't want to share with the Jews. Now, the Jewish state, they were open to that share. They were happy to have a space, a homeland, and they were there.
They're willing to coexist. And I think the Palestinians have always, and they say it even in their mob marches now, from the river to the sea.
Yeah, well, that's not cute, and that's not nice.
That's eliminationist.
Exactly. From the river to the sea, that means
Judenrein, free of Jews.
What kills me is how acceptable it is here. Okay, now you're talking about what's happening there.
Right.
And that's important, and that's part of this conversation. But here, where we've got so many issues going on about racism, bigotry, and bias, but it's okay to hate the Jews?
Because they're evil. And that's the thing. That's what really scares me the most, is watching the rise of anti-Semitism in a way that's comfortable.
Anti-Semitism? I'm kind of done with anti-Semitism. Right. Now, I am.
Okay.
Because one of my dearest friends pointed out that her rabbi said, it's really not anti-Semitism. Let's get past that. It's anti-Jewish. Yeah. It's hatred towards the Jewish people. Anti-Jewish. Anti-Semitism, it's kind of soft. And
that's interesting.
And it's not soft. I mean, this is ugly. It's racist. It's bigotry. It's bias. All wrapped up in one really ugly package.
And when it was when the Hamas mobs ran rampant across the campuses, they were unopposed. The universities were fine with that. Well, come on. I mean, they're hating on the Jews. Israel's evil. Who cares? And so they let them literally stop Jewish students from going to class. And they told the Jewish kids to go hide, don't wear anything that identifies you. You're not a valid member of this university campus, and gave it over to the Hamas mobs. It was horrifying.
If I was a student, or if I had a child in school, they would not be part of those universities, because any university that did not condemn that and take actions against that immediately, shameful. Absolutely shameful.
And it's our supposedly best universities, the Ivy League, all these Columbia and all these great universities that are where you should send your kids.
It's disgusting.
They've basically pushed us away from our only true ally in the Middle East.
If we lose Israel as an ally, if they were able to push from the river to the sea, if they were able to make that happen,
right.
Can you imagine what that would do to our national security here?
I think some people don't know as much. I hear a lot of online chatter. Well, what do we get from being allies with Israel? We're always fighting their wars. Well, no, we don't fight their wars. We help them with equipment and they fight their own wars quite effectively. But they are our top source of intelligence, not just for that region, but around the world. Their intelligence services are phenomenal, and our interactions with them have saved American lives for decades. And that's just before you get to the military technology and the rest of the technology that they partner with our business sector for. It's a pretty strong relationship that benefits us in a lot of ways.
Let's talk about why information warfare. Why this? Why now? People here in the States who are going to believe Gaza genocide and famine. All I have to say for that is, damn you dumb.
You stole that. No, it's fair. I think in their defense, and far be it from me to back playing devil's advocate, but in their defense, it's hard to get past the deluge of information. It's such a lopsided battle in the information war that finding accurate information is almost impossible.
And going back, that's what people don't do, because they're just going to read the headline. They're going to read, the catchy little phrase, the news flash. We support the downtrodden around the world. And then we let Israel, we leave them out, hang them out to dry.
Yeah. You can make the argument, and a lot of people are doing it, the now America First argument is, we don't need allies, it's not our problem, not our neighborhood. Yeah, well, we kind of have a global economy, we kind of have global security needs. Part of our partnership with Israel is against Iran, who's trying to build nuclear weapons, which definitely is a problem for us. As everyone might remember, Israel's the little Satan. We're the great Satan, according to Iran. The people now who are claiming that it's not to our advantage to have friends, and certainly not Israel, that evil country, like you said, they have not delved below the headline level.
If they did, they would see and understand that we're talking about anti-Jewish sentiment, anti-Jewish actions, and an anti-Jewish acceptance that it's atrocious.
President Trump led the way. He put together an amazing coalition to get a peace plan at least started. Hopefully by the time we post this, there'll be hostages back. So I think the idea that there could be a bigger peace in the region might help, at least with Israel. But here in the US, we still have to deal with anti-Jewish hatred. And I think it's something no one should be comfortable with.
The fact that there's any sympathy whatsoever for Hamas, the Palestinians, or anyone other than the Jewish state of Israel, after what has been done to them, is just, it's astounding. If anyone had taken the hostages and done
1,300 killed in horrific ways,
what these animals have done, the entire world would have turned against them, and the entire world would have pushed for those hostages to come back.
We can look at what's coming down the pike with this larger regional peace plan that President Trump's working on. And part of the agreements he got from the Gulf states was that they would look at better relations with Israel. That was the Saudis, Qataris, UAE already signed the Abraham Accords. The Qataris and Saudis, it would be great if all of them at the end of this decided to say, we no longer consider Israel to be our enemy. That would be at least a step in the right direction. And then we here in the United States can recalibrate as well.
And that needs to happen. I mean, it goes back to the work we did on the Abraham Accords in the first administration. Mm-hmm. It's good to see that that's happening. Sad that this is what it's taken. Yeah. But as a second order effect, that would be we can look at that as a positive, as a bonus.
100%.
My hope is people are going to dig beyond the headline.
Exactly. Know your sources.
That they're going to look at what's actually happening and not just listen to the easy lie, because that's all this is. It's an easy lie that has been perpetrated on the American public. Well, I'd say, and the global public.
Yeah, for
that
decades.
Is devastating to our potential world peace.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Sam.
And this is Second Order Effects.